Certified public speaking coach Rokita Johnson here with another public speaking out of the pulpit tip. So, social distancing has many businesses and organizations changing the way they do things, meaning many of them are pivoting online. And churches are no exception, with many pastors giving online sermons now, which is great. So, today we're going to talk about how do you engage your audiences from behind the computer screen, because we don't want your sermons to come across as a straight up boring lecture. No, there are ways you can still engage your audience even though they can see you, but you can't see them. So, one way you can do that is ask people to stand up. Now, I'm sure at some point during your church service, you ask your congregants to stand up, whether it's at the beginning when you have the scripture reading, or for some churches at the end when you ask if anyone would like to join the church or who would like to get saved. You ask people to stand up. Still incorporate that in your online sermon. Ask people to stand up at those times, and it gets them moving. Another way that you can engage people, ask them to sing along. Now, in another video, I talked about playing music to set the tone, to get people in the spirit. Ask them to sing along to the words, especially if this is a song that you normally would play during your church service. They know the words. They can easily sing along at home. But go one step further. Put the words up on the screen. There are people who are watching you for the first time. They've never visited your church. They don't know the words to this song. Help them out. On Facebook Live, there is a feature where you can click to share your screen. So you can bring up a document that could have the words to that song there. It just takes a little bit of planning, but it would really help the people out who don't know the words to the song. And lastly, but not least, another way that you can engage your online viewers, ask a question. Now, science says our brains are hardwired to answer questions. People want to answer a question as soon as you ask it. Keep that in your sermons. Ask questions that will get them to think about the point that you are making. For example, if your sermon is about faith, perhaps you can ask them, what is one way that they can deepen their faith this week? And maybe you can give them some options to think about. Or maybe a question is, if you feel like your faith is wavering, why is that? What is the reason for that? Just gets them thinking about it. Gets them thinking about the point that you're trying to make with your sermon. So these are 3 ways to keep your online audience engaged with your virtual sermon. Again, I'm loving what I'm seeing out there. Keep preaching, keep teaching, keep sharing the good news. I support you all.